Hello everyone, hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today is going to be another blush video. These always put me in a great mood. I love trying on blushes, swatching blushes to see which blush should go in which category. And today's blush video is going to be a part 2 to my autumn blush video. I did one earlier, I think it was in September, and I focused on what I call my roasty toasty blushes. Those are the ones that have like the more brick reds in them. But I did feature a few more kind of toasty neutral blushes in that video, and I thought I actually had several more that I would like to share with you. So that's what this is going to be. This is going to be kind of toasty neutrals. They're not quite roasty toasty with that level of red in there, but I did swatch everything, and I'm not sharing anything today that is a pinky neutral or a peachy neutral. This is like a true toasty neutral. You'll have to let me know if you have any toasty neutral blushes in your collection. I always love hearing about what you guys are using. So this is one of those blushes that I thought I just had to mention. So this is from Almay. This is the shade Nearly Nude in their Healthy Hue blush. And this is a beautiful baked blush. You'll notice it's not the same type of baked formula as like the Essence blushes or the Milani blushes. I'm not positive, but I think they call this like a baked gelée formula. It's very, very nice. It lays beautifully across the skin. I've often said that I think that this product, if it was in a luxury packaging, no one would argue that it was a luxury product because it is so, so nice. So I'll first give you a swatch. Here we go. So there is Nearly Nude. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. And then I'm going to use the e.l.f. blush brush. I just newly washed these brushes I'm going to be using today and show you how that looks. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh, it has such a beautiful, light, nice glow on it without being sparkly. I was all worried that these blushes were not going to be around anymore for whatever reason. Like I just didn't see them where I usually saw them, and I see them in Target now. So they're still around, which makes sense. This is one of the best products from Almay anyway that I think I've tried. Although thinking about it, I could probably try some more products from Almay. I have not tried much from them. But I know the packaging is, you know, it's not that appealing, but the product inside is an absolute delight. Now for this next one, I actually pulled this out of my declutter pile. I just found I haven't worn it very often, but since I still had it here in my house, I'm like, I'm gonna put it in this blush video. So Colourpop Blush Stix. You know, the shades go in and out. You know, you never know what's actually going to be around. This shade has come, you know, in and out as well. This is the shade Roosevelt, and it is a very, very toasty blush. For this one, I'm gonna put a little bit on this brush. This is another brush from e.l.f. This is the Airbrush Stipple. And then I like to press that in. My goodness, why did I declutter this blush? Well, my reason was I just wasn't wearing that often, but I should be. My goodness, it's so pretty. And if you just look at that in a swatch, it looks much, much deeper. Wow. But nice and sheared out, that's how it looks on me. Okay, Colourpop Roosevelt, Almay Nearly Nude. Okay, these next two blushes are both actually from M Cosmetics, but they're different formulas. So the first one I have to mention is the So Soft blush. I have the shade Pearl Tea. Now, after trying a lot of stick blushes, a lot of them very, very nice, I have to say that the one from M Cosmetics is the most soft. It's got the most interesting soft texture. So Soft is the perfect name for it. And I'm gonna do it on the side. I am going to just draw that on. And then I'm just gonna press it in. Honestly, this blush is beautiful just using your fingers as well. Don't really need to use a brush. Okay, so there's just a light layer of Pearl Tea. Isn't that beautiful? It is so nice. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, like I'm not wearing bronzer or anything. I didn't want to like throw off how these shades look, and I'm just sitting in natural light. My goodness, that is gorgeous. I forgot to give you a hand swatch again. Let me quick do that. There we have Pearl Tea. Okay, now on this side, you might be a little surprised at the shade I'm going to use. So this is the shade Venetian Rose, which I always used to keep this in my like rosy section of my blushes, but whenever I wear it, I was surprised at how actually roasty toasty it was. So I'm gonna put it on today. Ooh, I actually got a bit much. It's kind of pigmented and dewy. It has such a gorgeous finish on it. So you can see why they call it Venetian Rose, because I guess it does have like that kind of rosy quality to it. But in compared to like all my other rosy blushes, this is distinctly toasty. And oh man, do I love that. There's Venetian Rose. See what I mean? It looks like it belongs with these toasty blushes, doesn't it? Okay, here we have So Soft Pearl Tea and Venetian Rose in the drop. I can never remember what it is, what this actual formula is called, but you know, the serum drop one. So for these next ones, I actually went through my lipstick collection. So growing up, my mom used to always use her lipstick as her blush and it always looked beautiful. And sometimes I forget that I have a whole nother realm of cream blushes in my cream lipsticks. So I did pick out some beautiful roasty toasty shades to try. I've actually never put these on my cheeks before, so I'm very interested to see how they look. The first one is from Eldridge. This is the shade Painterly. So this is Painterly. Ooh, my goodness. So I'm just going to ooh, I knew that would be pretty. And it is. Now that's just a little bit. I feel like I could really build that up and make that rich, but ooh, very nice. The second one is from MAC. This is the shade Business Casual. Let's just do the same thing. Let's just draw it right on. That is also very pretty. So there we have Eldridge, Painterly, MAC, Business Casual. Okay, I realized I didn't give you my hand swatches of that last one. So anyway, this was Eldridge Painterly. This is MAC Business Casual. Okay, now for these last couple of swatches, I wanted to kind of branch out in my collection, see what else I could find that could qualify as a nice toasty fall blush, even if it's not an actual blush. And I decided to mention red bronzers. Now, first of all, shout out to the NYX Butter Bronzers. This whole red is very pink and red toned. I'm not going to put on the one that I have because the shade I have is Buttercup. It's the lightest shade and this is pretty pink. I felt like it didn't really go so well with all these toasty blushes. But if you have a deeper shade of this, you have to let me know if it's a really good toasty blush. The blush that I have that is quite red is the cream one from RMS. This is their Buriti bronzer. Can never say that. Compared to everything else, it looks pretty brown, but it is quite red toned, and I'm gonna show you on one side of my face here. And I'm gonna try and put on quite a bit of it if I was just gonna use this and not wear blush, you know? Look at it. Oh my gosh. It is absolutely a beautiful blush. I mean, it works great as a bronzer too, especially if you have fair to light skin where your natural color isn't necessarily bronzed. It just, you kind of get red in the sun. My goodness. How delightful. And last but not least, on this side, I decided to try a lip liner. I recently saw people trying this online, which I know there are some lip liners that are meant to be used on eye, lips, and cheeks. I just never have really tried it. So I'm just gonna use this one from Colourpop. This is the shade Field Day in the Lippie pencil formula. To get the best blend, I think I'm actually gonna get some on my brush like this. But I have a feeling this is going to be a beautiful blush. Yeah. Oh my, that's beauteous. This just shows if you don't have any roasty toasty blushes in your collection, don't overlook your other products. Lip liners, lipsticks, red toned bronzers. Oh my, that's beautiful. Actually, let me quick show you a swatch. So that's what it looks like in a swatch. It looks pretty deep and pretty brown, but blended out, look at that color. So Colourpop, Lippie Pencil, and Field Day, the RMS Buriti bronzer. Okay, now I'm gonna decide which one I'm gonna wear for my day. I'll be right back. Okay, there, I finished my makeup. I put on some bronzer, I put on some lipstick, well, lip liner. The blush I decided to wear was the one from Cosmetics. I couldn't help it. Anyway, I'm always interested to hear, again, any roasty toasty blushes that are your favorites or any blush that you like to wear in the fall. I just like to hear. Thank you so much for joining me for this entire video. This is where I would like to talk about my tea of the day. Today, I'm just drinking some Bigelow Earl Grey with milk. Again, I hope you all are having a wonderful fall. I will see you again very soon in the next one. Bye.